So recently I came up with this fantastic idea. I was sitting down 5 minutes before stream and I'm staring at my computer and I have absolutely no idea what to do. And then it occurs to me that my hair is green. And OBS has a built-in green screen. So I pushed back the start of my stream time by about half an hour. And I went scouring the internet for a handful of things, a handful of references that my viewers would probably know and be able to guess, and layered them all behind my scene. I built a channel point redeem to allow them to turn on and off the green screen. I left my lights how they were, so they had the green in the front, which they could change as well through Lumia Stream, and I let them go at it. And I had the first image sort of lined up. They could flick it on at any point. And then when they finally flicked it on, this one was really, really tightly hidden in my hair. It was nowhere else. Even when we zoom back out in a second, we'll have a look at those black lights and the black bit in the corner, which is where the rest of the green is on the screen. It's not there. It's literally this tiny little image. And it took them a little bit longer than I'd like to admit, so I started shaking up my hair. It occurred to me that mobile viewers might have a little bit of a harder time seeing something that was in such a finite area. So I kind of waited and waited and waited, and if I remember correctly, I actually had to give them the answer in a roundabout way. I had to bring up that I'd been playing this game off stream a lot, and a lot of my viewers, obviously I speak to a lot of them outside of stream in Discord and in various conversations. Some of them are people I know outside of stream. So it was a bit of a conversation that we sort of had. They figured it out eventually, so then we waited for the next one for the cooldown to run up, because it was only a minute or something between cooldowns, and then they kicked up the new one, and honestly, I thought this was too easy. Which, it turned out to be. It took them a half a second, I think. It really didn't take long. I would have been surprised if no one had guessed Batman from the giant yellow behind my head, to be perfectly honest. This one, I thought it would take a little bit, up until I realized that my hair was in the quintessential spot to be able to tell exactly what game this was. It was quite obvious up the top there, once you saw it. And then I accidentally had the next one behind it already lined up, and dove straight into it. And they realized really, really quickly that clearly it was just straight up Legend of Zelda. And we continued on like this for quite a while. Grand Theft Auto was easier to figure out than I expected. Obviously, what other game has a guy with a submachine gun and a green bandana on the cover? As we went through though, chat decided that just being able to see it in my hair and the little bit of green wasn't enough. So they changed my lights so that the backlight was green, which kind of gave them one of the answers a little too easily on one of them. Oddly enough though, the game that got everybody the most confused wasn't, you know, Grand Theft Auto. It wasn't the ones I expected. I thought maybe a few of these would stump people, like we'd get to Kirby or even Dark Souls, and it would keep people a little bit stumped. But then they started asking things like, would you put your hair over the back of the chair and flick around in a circle? Or they asked me to headbang for a bit. There were some interesting strategies involved for them trying to find out what the picture was, which was astounding. I'm very impressed with the way that they handled trying to figure out exactly what was underneath me at all times. World of Warcraft proved to be quite tricky because there was just a little bit of it stuck in my hair, but still took them a decent amount less time than I expected. However, shortly after that, we transitioned into the game that honestly I thought was going to be easy, but seemed to stump them the longest. All they could see was a little bit of neon down the side. They asked me to windmill my hair, and that was pretty much all they could see off the bat. I had to kind of move around a few times to sort of get the image across. But this one took them a couple of attempts before one of them accidentally stumbled across it. I'm not even 100% sure that they figured it out specifically. I think it might have been more of a stumble than anything else. And then the last one, which should have been super duper easy, I made them pick out exactly which version of the game it was, because otherwise it was just too easy. Thank you for sticking around. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. I'll be live 3 days a week on twitch.tv/YazlanaGray. We are live 8 PM Australian Central Standard Time, Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday.